Hello, you beautiful people, all of you. I hope you're all okay. Goddess, hello, beautiful, my beautiful sister. I hope you are well. I'm working on a course, lol. Bless you. Honestly, I'm going to get the day right one day. Me and you have a girly panel day. That would be brilliant. And we can talk about anything. Like I've been learning about crystals at my circle, a bit more about crystals, so that would be lovely. Whatever just came to my mind, sort of thing. But tonight is about the topic is about guns, pros and cons. I've thought I was prepared, but I'm not, so I'm just going to go with it tonight. But yeah, because you're in America, aren't you, Goddess? So guns are like they're legal out there, aren't they? Where here we have to have like I don't know if it's the same for you in America though. Do you have to be given a license? Do you have to have like a test done to see like if your mental health is okay to be given like a license for a gun? I don't know if it's different where you are. Princess Angela, my beautiful friend, my bestie, how are you? Just in the car with Ali. Okay, beautiful. Please let me know when you get there safe. Yeah, just message me, please. Are you okay? We was laughing before. It made me laugh. You're so funny, honestly. You're so funny and you don't even know it sometimes. I love you, girl, honestly. You do cheer me up. Bless you. Say hello to Ali for me as well. Bless her. Is she doing handbrake turns around the roundabouts? Are you joking? Oh, don't. 100%. I'm off Monday and Wednesday. All right, beautiful. So, should I plan a live for Wednesday and we come on and we chat like about healing crystals or whatever you want to chat about? And then I can sort of let you know what crystals I've been sort of learning and stuff and see if I've got it right. There you go, because you know about crystals, don't you? I'd like that actually. I'm just hoping maybe see if a few more come in before I sort of open up the panel tonight. I was going to sort of chat a little bit about what I've educated on guns, like sort of the pros and the cons, and see at the end who agrees and who doesn't really. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea of a debate, but it's interesting to me. Yes, you have to have a license and you basically take a shooting gun safety type class, but all states have different laws, so could be different in other states. Yeah, I have heard that actually, because some states are quite lenient, aren't they, than others, sort of thing. So yeah, that's quite interesting actually, Goddess. Bless you. Do you own a, like, I know it's a bit random, but do you own a gun, Goddess? Because I know some people who do. I don't know if, can I say it, Angela? I think you know. I think if that's okay, because I know some who do, and but they're also used for sports, aren't they? Like in the UK, people use them for like clay pigeon and things like that. So it's also used as a sport. But then there's so many different guns, isn't there, as well? Ali says hi, and yep, she's trying to get me out of the car. Ali, just open the door, do a spin. I'm only joking. I'm only joking. You two will be on TikTok doing that, don't. Oh, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, I'm off. Fantastic. Brilliant, goddess. Wednesday would probably be better for me because Monday and Tuesdays I'm sort of out working. But Wednesday, that's why I normally do my lives on Wednesday because I'm home. That'd be perfect for me. Oh, bless you, beautiful ladies. Look, Goddess and Angela, you both in keeping me company. Bless you. We can chat about whatever you like, message me, and we can sort it out. Brilliant, Goddess. I will. I know I don't message you as much, but I will, honestly, I promise I will make more of an effort to message you. Ali, so yeah, is that so that it's all right for me to say? Yeah, because I know that Ali does, doesn't she? But yeah, because of like the way that your PTSD, yeah, you can't have it at home, can you? Which would be interesting if you can maybe jump on a bit later, Angela, and just sort of explain that if you wouldn't mind. Because some people own a gun, don't they? And they can have it in the home, but because of reasons you can't. Bless you. Which we get that, don't we? Because we were talking about the shootings, wasn't we, earlier? Um, when you are assessed to own a gun, it's the police that assess you in the UK, but they also assess like your mental health. And, 1 minute when you get issued the certificate for the gun and, they say, okay, that person's all right to have that gun at home. The next week, you don't know if your mental health's going to deteriorate, do you? And that's where like the shootings came, didn't it? I've got it all written down. I'm going with it tonight. It's a random one. Am I waffling? Do I sound like a man? Guns are pretty pricey. We use them for hunting, protecting, and target practicing, lol. Yeah, and that's like another sport, isn't it? Like you will sort of like put cans up and that. And like a bit when you go to the fun fair and you pick up the old like little rifle gun and you can sort of like drop the cans down. It they even have that sort of at a fair sort of thing, but it does then become a sport, doesn't it? And there's a lot that you can do in the sport, isn't there? Like you do the hunting as well, so then you're going out hunting and stuff, which some people are against. So that would be quite an interesting debate to do. Hunting, do you agree or not agree with it? But bless you. No worries, whenever. Thank you, beautiful. Yeah, of course. Thank you, Angela. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate you both as well, both you ladies, honestly. They do background checks here. Yeah, when I was sort of researching it here, I, I suppose they probably do a background check, but it doesn't really explain that in what I've been researching. It just sort of says that the police like assess you and then mainly they're assessing like your mental health more, I think. But then you could go like years and absolute years, nothing on your background to do with mental health. But as soon as you get given that gun, the next week, something could happen. Your mental health could deteriorate. And, is there like a policy where they probably do they assess you yearly when you hold a guns license? Does anybody know that in the chat? Because I don't really know that. I know there used to be a certain age, didn't there? When who knows the age that you can have a license for a gun? Obviously, yours will be different, Goddess, because you're America, aren't you? But in the UK, they changed it, didn't it? Because I think you could be 14, but then they changed it. And it's only England, Scotland and Wales, because Ireland is different to their laws around it. Does that make sense, what I'm saying? Welcome to Shelley B's channel. She can't multitask and she will get round to your comments soon. Do you want me to pin that, Jake? Hang on, let me pin it. I've got to pin that. It does crack me up. Oh, I can't pin it. Put user in timeout or block user. Am I going to have to go onto my YouTube to do that? Oh no, I'm gutted. Jake. Does make me laugh, bless him. Jake, sorry, I haven't called you. Been hectic. Bless you, darling. Angela's had a day where she's gone, I can't stop. My brakes don't work. Gotta go. I'm such a joker, ain't I? Ali says hi. Hi, Ali. Hope you're okay. It's been 2 years. Hey up, me duck. Hey up, GTR, me duck. Oh, bless. Honestly, GTR, you're such a legend. Your videos are just... I haven't commented, but I have watched. So I do apologise. I will leave you a comment. I always try to the best I can, but I do always watch your videos and they are brilliant. Honestly, please put GTR's link in. Please, if anyone can do that, if anyone wants to put their own in, please put it in. Let's just embrace each other. Cheeky. I'm just going to sort of chat through the chat for a bit and then I'll get onto the topic. Hi, Ali. I love you more than Angela. That's a proper brother and sister love, isn't it? Hi, GTR, Angela. Right, I'm going to try and be quick because I do struggle with the comments, as we all know. Felons cannot own or have a gun. Okay, so if they've done a crime, no matter, even if it's not about guns, so if they'd say, for instance, if they'd done a burglary or a drug crime, would that still go against them? So once they've got a conviction, they cannot hold a gun after that. Is that what you mean, Goddess? Hi, Shelley. Thanks for dropping by last night. Hi, Trilla. I'm so sorry I could not stay awake, but your live was so interesting, very educational. And yeah, I really learned quite a bit last night, especially about, I think someone on your panel was talking about, you know, where like the spices like originated from and what happened. And, you know, it was really interesting. And yeah, thank you for having me, welcoming me. That was really kind. And your chat, they were very kind. And it's nice to actually go into others' chat and be, you know, have that, because I watched, I think you've done a live about, if this makes sense, I've had a bit of it, and probably some of us in the chat have had a bit of this as well. I think you were on about if somebody's upset or have upset you, if you want to say something and it's not liked, they tend to follow suit. So they tend to sort of go like with that person. Does that make sense what I'm saying? And we totally get that here. And, you know, but your live was brilliant. Thank you. Put Trilla's live in, everyone. Put his channel in. Please go and give it a watch. I think, Angela, you was going to as well, weren't you, beautiful? Jake, big up chat. Big up Trilla. Big respect to you. Big respect to everyone in the chat as well. He just loves, she loves you too, Jake, more than me. Hey Triller, TV Live. 18. Yeah, so it's 18 in America. I know it was 18 in Ireland, but I think it was 14, but then they changed the law on it. And I think UK, you do have to be 18 now, but before it was 14. Which 18, I think you're more responsible, aren't you, than a younger age. Hi Triller. Big up Ali, big sister. God, I'm so behind. I always get behind on it, don't I? So is it 16 here, Angela? That's to buy a gun. Okay. So 16 is the age in UK, but any age can shoot one. Yeah, see, I heard that, you could go out at like 13 and it's true, isn't it? Because I suppose if you own a farm and you've got that land and you've got that rifle, you can take your kids out and start doing like clay pigeon, because it is a sport, isn't it? And it is a family sport as well. But I just can't believe how many different guns there is. And did you know, right, this is what I've researched today on it, on a bullet. So let me find you, because I have jotted you down. So there's the fastest bullet travels more than 2,600 feet per second. That's like equivalent to over 1,800 miles per hour. They traveled like twice the speed of sound. That is so fast, isn't it? Like 1,800, like 1,800 miles per hour. Could you imagine that? Like if you're doing even 100 miles per hour in a car, that is so fast. Like that bullet, you just wouldn't even see it coming. Mad, isn't it? So all 17, just load up my laptop if you want me to Google some stuff. That would be good actually, Jake. I'll put the link out in a minute. I just wanted to sort of put a few questions out, like have a little say, and then like everybody that comes on, they can sort of like speak and stuff, and then I can sort of like lean back, lean back, lean back. Has to be a felony, not. See, this is what I don't understand, because like America, they have like different, where here it's just a crime, isn't it? But yours are like felonies and misdemeanors. See, did I say that right? Just misdemeanors. I do get my words wrong sometimes. I do apologise. Oi, oi, big bro. How are you? I hope you're okay. Be right back. Be right back. Okay. I hope you're all both okay. Goddess. Yes. Brilliant. Jake's channel. Thank you, GTR. Marie C, my beautiful purple sister from another mister. How are you, beautiful? Not staying. Could do with a call tomorrow or when you're free, please. Goddess White, Jake. Marie C, my beautiful sister. I will definitely call you tomorrow. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in my phone now as a memo so it will alert me, and then I'm going to ring you. What time's best for you, sis? Any time, or is there like a sort of certain time you want me to call you? I'll wait until if you've not gone, I'll wait, but if not, I will call you tomorrow. I'll message you before I call you. There you go. Right, I've put that in my phone, so I'm going to call you tomorrow. I hope you're okay, sis, and I'll definitely ring you tomorrow and we'll have a good catch up and a good old chit chat. Put the world to rights. Love you lots, beautiful. Angela's channel, thank you, GTR. Big respect, Jake. Big respect, GTR. Please, if you haven't subbed already, please go over and give them a sub. Let's all embrace each other. Come on. Marie C. Thank you, GTR. Bless you, goddess. Marie C. Beautiful. Thanks, Jake. Telly, I forgot to ask you the other night. Just, hello, mate. I have been thinking about you, and I know I couldn't get a message to you, but how are you? Because after your friend, and I don't want to sort of like drag the mood down a little bit, but because I don't want to upset anyone. But how are you? And I was thinking about you, and I hope everything went okay. And I have been thinking about you. Bless you. I was wondering what the knife crime was like in America, as I think it's bound to be worse over here since guns were made illegal. That's actually a good question, Angela. I was wondering what the knife crime was like in America. Goddess, what is it? So like Andrew's just said, I was wondering what the knife crime was like in America, as I think it's bound to be worse like here, where we are, because guns were made illegal. So is the knife crime high in America, Goddess, or is it just mainly guns? That's a good question, Angela. Thank you. Telly time, RJ. You know, this is going to be a little bit. We're all going to be like, we're going to be here for like, I always say a quick live, but it's never that way, is it? It's always like 4 or 5 hours. RJ, Top Banana, Sweetheart, Princess Angela. Sorry to hear the news, Telly. I know, bless him. And I was thinking of you, Telly, honestly. Sorry, working. See, good Shelley reads comments. I read them out, don't I? So if you miss them, then you can like, but not much knife crime. See, there you go, Angela. Not much knife crime. So yeah, that would make sense then. That was a really good question. See, Angela always throws in good questions. Yeah, all done now. Thank you for that, Goddess. Yeah, all done now. RJ, thanks. Thinking of you, Telly. DeWitt sends his regards. Bless him. Evening, little sis. Evening, big bro. Hope you're okay. Big up chat. Exactly, Jake. Big up chat always. I see lots of people on here. Old school YouTube cats. We're all old school, aren't we? The old school, the best as well. Definitely. I know I shouldn't have looked beforehand, but I wonder how much of gun crime is when someone is protecting their property, etc. See, and that is true, isn't it? Because is that true in America, Goddess? So if you're protecting your property, and Andrew, are you allowed to sort of let that weapon go off? So can you like Or do you have to say, if you do not get off my land or property, I'm going to shoot? Do you have to give a warning, or can you just, it's things that you don't know, isn't it? Who has done clay pigeon shooting? Who has done that as a sport? Has anybody in the chat like used a gun like that as a sport? I know you have, Goddess, because you were saying about doing that and like hunting and stuff. And I throw the jokes in, 100% Jake, you always do, you're a legend. Chats. Can everybody hear me okay? I'm not too loud, am I? You heard any more about that girl, Jake? What's happened? Is that the video that I caught up on today, Jake? I'm not a cat, I'm a dog. You love that, don't you, Jake? Because I've just said that. He's such a little git, isn't he? Old pot kettle. You lot going too quick in the chat. Please slow down. She was found safe and well. She finally messaged me today at 6 p.m. That's brilliant news, Jake, that she's safe and she's well and she's messaged you. That's really good. I've done beating. Bless her. Thanks for asking, GTR. Yes, I have. I've done clay pigeon shooting. Right, so you've done it. Is it a sport that you would like go out and sort of do like once a month, or have you just done it to try it? Because I have done clay pigeon shooting, and I tell you what, when that gun releases, it goes into your shoulder, doesn't it? And you have to push your shoulder into the handle of the gun. But that is quite a release, isn't it? Like a power. You have to really push into it. But I enjoyed it. Does that make sense what I said then? Because that's how it felt to me anyway. Jake. Yeah, Shelley. I came off chat groups for 13 months because of arguments and slander to each other was affecting me. And it does affect people, Telly, and and it would have affected you. It's nice that we can embrace each other in here and, be civil and be like we're all respectful to each other, and nobody in here allows that any other way, It's not nice when it goes that way. It's just nice to be chilled, isn't it? And have a chill out sort of thing. It'd be nice to actually have a chat and a debate about things and it not get into an argument, or we can all be civil about it. Because what you may agree with, I may not agree with, and vice versa. But it doesn't make it have to get heated or we fall out or have an argument about it, That's a proper debate, isn't it? Anyone heard from JJ or Sophie? JJ was the one that used to go on Jake's live, wasn't it? And Sophie was his wife, is that right? Yeah, JJ is good. Tell me who, Telly. Oh, bless. Oh, God. Here we go. Don't say nothing. RJ, and you'll be on a mission. Sorry, I'm trimming meat. I heard you say my name, but I don't know what question was. Oh, God. Angela, what was the question again? Was it about the knife crime? Is that right? Did you hear the one about knife crime, Goddess? I think that was the one. Good news, Jake. I take my hat off to you for trying to help her, buddy. Big respect. Yeah, definitely. He's so good, isn't he? RJ versus Jake away. Uh-oh. See you soon then. They're on it. Yeah. I've only done clay pigeon shooting once. Thought I'd fired a shotgun, though have fired a shotgun many times. Okay, so this is where it brings me into like loads of different. There's different, isn't there? So you've got a shotgun, you've got a rifle, you've got a pistol, you've got so many like guns which I've looked up today, and and then that's where it brought me into like learning about. I was joking the other night, but like the slang to it, like the slang words to it, because there's also slang words for knife crime as well, isn't it? So it's and it is when you hear them words coming from people, and I've actually heard some slang words on YouTube, and you think, wow, that's what they were actually talking about, a gun, and you just think, God, that could be horrific, It could get so out of control. It's mad, isn't it? Does anybody does anybody know some slang words for guns though? If you know, put them in the comments. Because I've learnt, when I know we was joking the other night, but strap, that's one, isn't it? I've wrote them down because I always forget. But what was the other ones that I wrote? I'll see if you all know first. Heater, that's a slang for gun. A piece, that's another slang for a gun. Does anybody know where the word strapped, because it made me look into it more, because strapped is, as the slang word for the gun, it actually sort of came from like the old Western movies. And it just basically says, like an armed person who had their firearms strapped around, their legs. So, where they had like their belt, like, and that's where it actually came from, the slang word strapped. But are they another words then, Goddess? Are they more from America, like American ones, like slang words? Gizzy, gat. See? And you just wouldn't think that them sort of words would mean gun, would you, really? Tommy. Like, why would they say Tommy as a gun though? Why? Like, I'm just going to go and get my Tommy out. Just in my head, I'm not taking the mickey about it, but in my head, it's like, yeah, I'm just going to go and get the strap. It isn't. It doesn't make sense in my head, but I'm old. You're not old, GTR. I only know gun or shooter, lol. Yeah, because shooter was one of them as well that I wrote down. And there is so many, isn't there, in slang as well. So, you could be talking to somebody or hear people say things on here and they could be on about like a weapon, It's crazy. I've missed some comments. I do apologise. Chris, how are you? I hope you're okay. How have you been? Big respect. And that is, that's what I researched, RJ. It was the, like, the bit that is strapped around by that. That's true, because that's what I researched today. And old man RJ, Tommy, Yes. Is Tommy coming out to play? But, it's just weird, isn't it, how they say different names for them and stuff. Thompson Machine Gun Tommy. Thanks, RJ. You've always had my back, mate. You're a good lad. 100% Telly, and he's always had my back as well. And so has Angela. Goddess has, everybody in here are just I know we say old school, but we are old school, aren't we? And we all have morals and respect, and some people don't have that, do they? And you know, bless you, RJ. That's nice, isn't it? That he's always had your back, Telly. Always will, Telly, aka Dad. We are all good people in here, Telly. Exactly, Jake. That is so true. And you know what I've always said about you all? You've all took the time to get to genuinely know me as a person, and you've never listened to what has been said or what others have said. You've all took the time to be your own person, and you've never followed suit and just to please other people. And I all respect you for that. Now don't let me get my strap out, all right? I'm joking. It's a good job Scott's not in here, isn't it? He'd be like, where's that strap on? He's saying that all day. Joke, so funny. So tomorrow I'm home from Spain, Shelley. It's good to be home in Wales, Shelley. Bless you, Chris. I hope you've had a good time in sunny Spain. Bless your heart. My brother actually flies back from Cyprus this October, so I'm looking forward to him coming back. We're gonna go out on the bevies, have a few beers. Got to socialise, isn't there? I sometimes hear people say peace, and that is another slang word for gun as well, Goddess. So, isn't it frightening though if you're walking down the street and, like, if I was walking down the street learning these slang words today, and if you maybe got in a bit of a to do with somebody and they were actually saying, "Oh, I'm going to get my heater," I'd be thinking, "Why? Are you cold? Do you need a heater because you're cold," sort of thing. But they'd actually be meaning they're going to get their gun out. It's frightening, isn't it? Not that it's going to happen, but agree, Jakeaway Day. I will have anyone's back till they get a Tommy. Then you run and hide. But it's true, isn't it? When you've got someone's back, you've got their back, haven't you? 100%. Strap out or strap on. She's gonna bust a cap in our ass. You know that bullet will travel faster than the speed of sound. Oh, don't. Strap on that made me laugh when Scott came out. It was funny, weren't it? He did make me chuckle. It's the way that he just wrote it in the comments as well. It was so funny. He's a funny guy with his banter and stuff. Nearly said pissed then. Right, let me get to some more things, and then I like questions that I've wrote down, and then I'm going to open the panel up. Right, okay, I've done that. Let me go through my little bit of paper here. Oh yeah, so if you had like a weapon, in possession of a firearm, and you wasn't given the certificate to be holding it, who knows? Because I love me crime and stuff, don't I? But who knows how many years you would get in prison for that? So if you was to have one in your possession, but you wasn't certified to be having it. Don't cheat, everyone. Do a guess. Don't Google it. Because I know you'll all be doing what I'll be doing. I'll be straight on Google right now. I'm waiting for my milkman to arrive early hours in the morning. Jake, you're such a joker. If I had an elephant shot once or twice from a 12 gauge, you definitely will feel that in your shoulder. Yeah, that's what I mean. It was the way that I had to lean into it as well, but it really pulled back, like it pushed my shoulder, like it threw me back, to be fair. They're very powerful guns. More than 5 years, yeah. 2 to 25, depends. So you're looking up to 10 years, and that's for a firearm. But for a weapon, that's up to 6 years, which I think is quite lenient. Do you? Like, if you've got one of them and you're not certified to be carrying it or having, like, possessing it in your home, I think that's quite lenient, really, because if you was to use that, look at the shootings. Me and Angela was talking about it earlier, about the first shooting was in 1976, where the man, let me just go back because I don't want to get it wrong. Because what I've done this. No, I've started that off now. You pause. Can you still hear me okay? Because I've opened another chat up. Which one was it? Okay, so in 1987, it was the 27-year-old Michael Ryan arrived with 2 semi-automatic rifles, a sporter, and a pistol. He dressed in combat and proceeded around the town of Hungersford, killing 16 people, wounding 15, and then shooting himself in what became known as the Hungerford Massacre. Ryan's collection of weapons had been legally licensed according to the Hungerford Report. And that's another thing, isn't it, where I'm bringing it back to now, like, as people have them as a sport, so they then start collecting them, don't they? And but that guy used to, like, collect them, had lots, like loads of the guns, knew so much about them, but then went on that killing spree. And that's where it brings me back to, like, they assess you through your mental health, but your mental health can be fine one minute but not another. So does anybody know, like, do they assess you yearly when you hold a gun, or do they just say, okay, they're fine, and then that's it, you have that license for as long as you live, really? I don't know. Fire, normal, shoot off the hip. Up to 10 years for possession. Purchase Oh, that's a long ride. I'm trying to educate myself tonight. So up to 10 years. Yeah, got the GTR. I'm old school. I still carry a pea shooter. I carry a water gun. One of them Nerf guns, you know, them big water Nerf guns. Hungerford. Yeah, that was the first one, wasn't it? Really, and but then the last one was because then there was the Dunblane massacre as well. That was in 1996, and then the Cumbria shooting was in 2010, and then the Plymouth one was August 2021, and he was 22 years old, and he went to shoot 7 people, killing 5, including his own mother, around a residential area in Devon. He then shot and killed himself. The motives were related to his declining mental health and quality of life. So, that brings it back to like the mental health again, doesn't it? So one minute your mental health can be okay, and they can say, well, okay, you can have this gun, but then how do you know next week you're going to be fine? So that's a bit of a con for me when it comes to pros and cons. But the pros for me, the sport, and that's a pro for me, my opinion anyway. Telly or a Gaddon catapult. Yeah, the catapult. We used to have them, didn't we, like when we were younger? I don't know. I don't really care. A catapult, lol. We called them gadders, Telly. Remember Hungerford, Michael Ryan shot his elderly mother as well. Yeah, and that's what I researched today, RJ, about it. Me and Angela was actually talking about it on the phone before, and I'm hoping when Angela gets to where she's going, hopefully she said she's going to jump on and just explain something as well, which would be interesting to know, because I haven't researched that bit. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing what Angela's sort of found out, really. But yeah, that is true. And that's what I mean. It goes to your mental health, doesn't it? And who believes it, like who believes in the comments, who's for holding a gun as a weapon, for a pro, for protection, I'd I'd agree with that if you're protecting yourself rightly and as a sport. But then, when you balance it out, it's more cons, isn't it? But who's for them and who's against them? Is anybody against them in the chat, or are you for them? I mean, you don't have to say if you don't want to as well, Even made peg guns. Yeah. Ventures, you all remember. I tell you though, them catapults hurt though, don't they? When you get bloody shot with one of them. Cool. He shot police Two and the Passers-By watched a documentary a few weeks ago. See, like, and was that to do with his mental health as well, RJ? Chris John Wright, what does gun crime do with Crinkle, and why are you obsessed with him? I'm still on the fence with it, kind of 50-50. And that's what I was sort of trying to say, like balancing it. There is fewer pros, but there is more cons. But as a sport and protecting yourself, I totally agree. We should be able to protect ourselves. Like, if somebody was to come to your home, never mind your land, but your home, and forced their way in and was to hurt you, would we be the ones getting done if we were using a weapon? Would we be getting that 6 years or that 10 years for protecting ourselves? Or are we allowed to do that? That's something I haven't researched today. Does anybody know that? But to protect yourselves, I agree that it's a pro. 100% for guns. Yeah, you said this last week, Goddess. It's not the guns that kill people. It's the stupid arse bit. It's the ones behind, isn't it? Holding it. It's the way that it goes to their head, isn't it? Sometimes it's not just mental health. Sometimes they think they are big, hard people. I've got this waving it around, and you know, you don't need deadly weapons to defend yourself. You can use non-lethal options. Okay. I just had to help my son make a catapult for project. Oh, wow. We were just talking about catapults. So what is that for, like, is it to, what sort of project is it for, Goddess? What sort of subject and stuff? If you don't mind me asking. Bless you, beautiful. Yeah, Goddess, brilliant. I mean, and so you sat with him and you actually made it with him. Like, did you use like elastic bands and stuff? Or how did you make it? What did you use? So Jake's against. So we've got one against. Goddess is for. GTR's a bit 50-50. So let's see if it changes at the end of the night as well. Gun crime is bad in Liverpool, Shelley. Okay, so, and I suppose it's where they get the guns from as well. You know, do they, so I've heard stuff where they cut guns down, they make them into different weapons. Like, it's getting hold of it. And is it easy to get hold of a gun? Can you just go up to someone and say, I want blah, blah, this sort of gun. There's the money. Is it that easy to? RJ, I'd agree with that. Thanks, GTR. Tasers, beanbag, big BB. Yeah, look, even the tasers, they hurt, don't they? Like, sort of thing. They're quite. How many volts is in a taser? Does anybody know? It was social studies, which is history. Oh, wow. And what was we saying? We're old school. We're all old school. A lot of history with us lot. Love it. Can I post picture? I show you if I can. What, post on here? Can we do that? Bless you. That would be great, Goddess. 500, I think. What, 500 volts, Jake? So that's got to hurt, isn't it? If you've got a laser, a taser, like, that's got to hurt. That's going to knock you to the ground. So, and there's only different police forces, isn't there? So, like, so some of the police don't carry guns, do they, in the UK? It's only armed, isn't it? Armed police. But why is that as well then? Because in America, all the police in America, goddess, they have guns, don't they? So why are our police force not, certain ones not allowed to carry guns? Does anybody know? 50,000 volts. Still bad. Okay, I disagree. I'll give you a scenario. I invite you to my house. I know you are coming round, but I say come round the back door as it's open. In the early hours of the morning, I shoot you. What? But so do you sort of like? I get that as well, Telly. That would be like if someone's got a gun, but you'd have to properly trust that person whose house you're going to, wouldn't you? And not like if you knew they had a gun, I probably wouldn't go round there in the early hours of the morning and just walk straight through the back door, sort of thing. But that's what I would do though. But I get what you're saying as well. Somebody could just walk through that door and they just let that gun go, don't they? And the bullet like kills them. So you disagree. Do you agree with using the gun for sports or still disagree? 50,000 volts. Telly, very good point. Yeah, definitely. It is true what you're saying. But I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't go around someone's house that sort of time and just walk through their back door knowing that they had a gun. Like, but then you may not know, would you? Sort of, you would trust that person. That is a good point. Yeah, yeah. Most officers, I'm going to stick the link out in a minute. Most officers don't want the extra training. Oh, right. So do they have to have like extra training to actually carry that weapon then? So I thought that sort of went through with their training when they first sort of joined the police force. We all don't know everything though, do we? I don't think I can post picture in here. I'll send it to you, Shelley. Oh, see, I'm on my laptop. And but send it, please, beautiful, because I'd love to see it. But I can't, if it comes through on my phone, is there a way that I can share it to my laptop? No, you can set it up, Shelley. Okay. All cops have guns. Even security guards and park rangers have guns in America. Right, I'm going to open panel now. Drugs and guns is bad in Manchester. Telly, to be shot by you would be an honour. I'd settle for a song and a bacon butty. Oh, Jay, you smash it, bro. Oh, Jay, for fuck's sake. This is a serious debate now, right? Don't Don't let me go and get my piece that's been heated. Oh, jokes. At least we can have a laugh. Shelley was the gun. Shelley was the gun in Liverpool prison. What gun? Was there a gun in the prison then? Yeah, in extra training and about 2.5 years in the service. Okay, so they'd have to be in for like quite like a couple of years before they even go into a training for the gun. Okay. In Northern Ireland, all police officers carry guns. Yeah, because it's totally different. It's a totally different law in Ireland as well, isn't it? To England, Wales, and Scotland when it comes to the legalisation of weapons and stuff. They're totally different, aren't they, in Ireland? I was researching that today. I'm just gonna have a look at Bless Goddess. She sent me a photo. Oh, wow. Oh, I really want to share. Oh, Goddess, that is really good. So you both actually made that as well. Wow. That is good. Sorry, everyone. Goddess, that is really good. It's come through on my phone. I really want to. I can't, because I had a lot of problems with my laptop, didn't I? Before I can't get my iPhone plugged into my laptop now. It just won't download any photos, so I'm struggling. And I don't know how to get it on. How would I get? I wouldn't be able to get it on unless I go via StreamYard on my phone, and I don't want to multitask because, as you know, everyone, I do get a bit confused, and I'll end up booting myself off my live again like I did last time. It's bad, isn't it? Right. Does anyone want to come on panel? I was serious. Good evening, all. Hello, Scott. Was your ears burning before? We were absolutely laughing about you saying about when you said strap on. Do you remember? You're such a joker sometimes. You do make us giggle. Thank you. We appreciate you so much. Bless him. Scott, yay. Yes, in 2016, it was gun in Liverpool prison. Oh, wow. How on earth did they get a gun in there? I know you're not allowed to really talk about it, are you? But, I mean, has it been on the news and stuff? Because maybe Jake could sort of look it up and come on and say if Jake doesn't mind. But how would they have got it in there? Mad. Shelley, everybody has a wrench but me, lol. Is that another word for gun? Wrench. Adventures. Evening Master of the Henry. RJ. How you doing, Scott? Yeah, 2 days. Bless you. But I'll tell you what, it's really good, Goddess, to do for 2 days. Wow, that is good. I really would love to share it as well. Got it. Send it to me on WhatsApp and I can show you. Is that okay, Goddess, if I send it to Jake? And he can show us when he comes on? See, I've tried to do that before, Goddess, with my phone, and where I have done that before, and I've tried to show people and they can't see it. And my lights was too bright when I put my phone to my camera and my light was too bright. A gun isn't that hard to make, though. Wow. If you think about it, if it's not that difficult to make a gun, you know how easy it could be for people. I felt very sick early hours of the morning. My old house is for sale, 950K, and I'd done a walk-through tour of my own home, which made me teary. Nearly hard, this earthly life, to so many of us. Bless you, Scott. You know what? Things, I know this is sometimes it's hard to hear because I don't like to hear things sometimes, but things happen to us and things start happening for, because in the long run it will be for the better and for a more positive outcome, but you don't see that yet and you won't see it yet. But I promise you, in a good few months' time, it will be for the better, if that makes sense. I am better than I have been. Anyone with half a decent 3D printer can make a gun these days. Now that's frightening. Wow. No way. I don't believe that. No way. Not bad, RJ, you old nutter. Sure. Okay, right, Jake, I'm going to send you the picture that Goddess sent and then I'll put the link out. If I put the link out this evening and quite a few of us come on panel, can we try and keep it on topic of what we're talking about tonight? Can we all respect one another and keep it civil in the debate, respect other people's opinions? And, you know, if we can't do that, I don't want to just like take anybody off and shut the live, but I will. And just please, can we keep it respectful? Appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, right. There you are, Jake. But there's 3 photos, Jake. I'm sending you. I think they're delivered, mate. Goddess, I'm shattered, Scott. But fine, mate. Thank you. Bless you, RJ, bro. It was heartbreaking, Shelley. I can imagine as well, mate. You know, you have to have a nice rest over the weekend, RJ Maka. RJ, that's true, Shelley. Hiya, Marie. Oh, Marie, hello, beautiful. I just read it out, RJ, and I thought she's back. Hello, beautiful. I hope you're okay. Just read it out, and I didn't even dawn on me like your name. It was, do apologise. Bless you. Please don't let Chris on. Too much drama talk. Yeah, we're going to keep it on topic tonight. So, you know, let's keep it on guns and that I'd really appreciate it. Scott, GTR. I'm putting the link out now, Jake. I nearly put Leave Studio then. Oh, God. I would have been gone. Oh, look, the numbers on the end of that is 66. Wow. I don't mean to ignore any of the comments as well when everybody jumps on. I just can't multitask. I do apologise. RJ, is Princess Angela okay? 100% GTR. No, not okay, but will be. Oh, beautiful. I will definitely call you. I promise you, I'll call you tomorrow. Bless her. Jake. Yes, Scott, she will be showing up soon, no doubt. Bless her. See, link's out. I'll still be chatting to myself. Put myself in the corner and have a good chin wag, eh? Shall I do that? Yeah, so is anybody still against, or have you been sort of swayed or not? I can't hear about guns and stabbings too close to home. We'll say night night to you all. Night night, beautiful. I said earlier as well, it's not everyone's cup of tea, and I totally get it as well. But yeah, I totally understand, beautiful. And I promise I'll ring you tomorrow. But thank you for popping in. Always, me beautiful sis. And I love you so much from my heart. Yeah, we've got a pair of big guns, haven't we? I had to put that little joke in. Oh, don't. Got you, bud.
Yeah,
me buddy's on. Look, here he is.
Hello.
Hello, bud. You right?
Yeah. Do you want me to quickly show you the pictures?
Is that all right? Because that's amazing what she's made with her son. See the light. It's you do it good. That's the
What?
first. Was that the first one?
Yeah. First one, the Jetson one.
Can everybody see okay?
With the Jetson one.
That's the second. And she's made that like with her son. That is really good.
With the third one.
And that's the third one. And you can actually see, can't you? Have you put anything in it, Goddess, and like released it? Has it gone flying off, sort of thing?
What did Angela do? I would come on, but she was all the same.
Oh, bless you, beautiful. Even does it sort of boot you off if you're on the train? Or
Sometimes.
would she struggle to sort of stay on or get on?
Yeah, she will probably struggle to stay on.
Bless her. Night, Marie. Take care. GTR Scott. Love you, Marie. RJ. Yep, can see. Brilliant, RJ. GTR. Miss Angela. Have you had your lovely shower poo-poo head? What on earth? Yes, thank you, poo-poo head.
That is one of the jokes they are having on.
Great project, build Goddess. That is really good, isn't it, Jake?
Yeah.
What Goddess has done with her son to actually sit there and make it for a project for history, I think is amazing. That's really good. You know, you've took the time,
100% agreed.
you
Well
know.
done. Nice building.
So, you know, have you heard of any like true crime stories, Jake, about people that went off on a massacre, you know, like a killing spree through guns? Have you heard of anything like that?
Yeah, quite close to home. The topic is actually because because I can surely tell you, around my end in London, there has been shooting, there have been stabbing,
Yeah,
there have been misidentity, which ended really wrong for one of my friends. So the stabbing and shooting is quite close to home. Um, do I think it will improve? For my personal opinion is no. It it will never improve because we cannot do enough to improve it
yeah,
or to stop it. It's out of control. Even if we ban knife crime for a few years to get it under control, that will not stop anyone. We
that's so
have
true.
postcode wars, which I'm sure Chris will be happy to talk about, where certain postcode don't like another postcode, and they go to war. The
Yeah, postcode wars, and that brings it back onto like knife crime, because there's a lot more knife crime in the UK than what there is gun crime. But in America, we was just asking the questions earlier to Goddess. There's more probably gun crime than there is knife crime,
Kelly,
and yeah,
um, but I'm not saying you're wrong, but
yeah,
my opinion is knife crime and gun crime are the same amount. There isn't one more, but gun crime is less to be reported less due to not to worry about the resident of
yeah.
that area. Not why
So
now
you think
crime.
they're both the same?
Yeah,
You do. See, where I think probably more like I probably think you hear more, and I've been probably researched more probably about knife crime, but
yeah,
to me I think there's more knife than gun. But that's your opinion. You think that they're
yeah.
both the same, which is
Yeah.
good, Jake, because that
Um,
is your opinion.
and I must say now crime is at its highest, but I don't reckon there would be any similar sort of results if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Uh,
But I didn't like realize, you know, you can actually, like, I think someone put in the comments that you can actually just sort of like make a gun from something, and you know
yeah,
you can just get a gun from as easy as that. You know, it's amazing, isn't it, how quick and fast somebody could do that. Really, it's frightening as well.
yeah.
But yeah,
Do you want me to try and find the article? What Chris was on about in
yeah,
Liverpool?
Chris was on about the prison, wasn't it? And that's what I was trying to sort of ask, because you know, how did they manage to get that gun into that? You know, how? But was it thrown over, or did somebody bring it in? Was it a prison officer? You know, you just don't know, do you?
Having a look. Um,
Night, Chris. I hope you have a safe journey home and enjoy your sort of evening in Spain this evening. Bless you.
um, Suspect named Arthur gun and grenade found in house. So Nat wasn't actually in the prison.
Let's have a look. Shall I have a look as well?
Yeah.
Say 2016.
Yeah, Jonathan.
Unless it wasn't on the news or anything. Then. This is how. Oh, this is how guns end up in the hands of Liverpool's most. Let's read this.
To be fair, I thought they would have reported it in the news, saying
Yeah, but are you sure that happened, Chris? Where you were?
Darren G. Darren was in HMP. He talking shit more than likely, no offense.
Darren G.C. It's Darren was in HMP Liverpool, Shelley. So, are you saying that he had a gun in there?
Charlie, I will jump out and then jump back in.
All right, mate. So I'm just looking up as well. Guns, particularly handguns, are legally produced by companies such as the Austrian firm Glock. Converted and disc firearms can also be bought by gangs in Eastern Europe, who then oversees. So they oversee them. So they oversee of the guns. From there, they are smuggled into the UK, typically travelling overland to the Netherlands, a known transit country for guns and drugs, making their way to the UK. A Dutch gang may then organise the sale of the weapon to the British criminal outfit. Once bought by a British buyer, the customer would arrange for the gun to be smuggled into the country. This can take place via several routes, most commonly through being hidden in a cargo of a container ship, making their way across the channel to British ports, including Liverpool. Another option is for guns to be hidden in vehicles, often in secret compartments, built into cars, vans, and lorries. So, so basically, what they do then, they'll got you, bud. So they'll put them into so if they are bringing over a vehicle, they'll maybe take the bumper off and stash a gun in the bumper, and then put the bumper back on. Is that how they bring them in, sort of thing?
Yeah,
If that's what
or
they're
two
doing, right?
case. They could bring it in by so many different ways.
Yeah. They will be transported up to Merseyside, direct or sold to local gangs on the British criminal market. Guns found and used on the streets of Liverpool have included weapons thought to have entered the criminal market in let me see if I can say this right, Slovakia.
Yeah,
Last year, a spat in shootings was linked to an influx of pistols into the northwest underworld. The expanded Glocks were a recruiting feature in shootings in the region for around 10 months across 2016 and 2017. The first shootings linked to such weapons began around September 2016, with one linked to the February 2017 murder of Aaron Lewis in Wavertree. The lethal weapons were thought to have been smuggled into the UK from Slovakia as decommissioned firearms. So what does decommissioned firearms mean? Does that mean that they are like off the market or?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, to be fair, knives, guns, they can be get from anywhere nowadays. And more than likely, you would know someone who would be involved because how many there are nowadays.
Well, that just goes to show, doesn't it? Like
Yeah.
it's saying, like in the, like on the street market sort of thing, that's how they're actually bringing them in. That they are coming in from overseas, and they're being smuggled into this country by cars, ships, and and that's how they're getting through each of the towns, isn't they? That's what they're doing. Mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, to be fair.
I couldn't if I was to ever do that, it would be my face. I'd be, you wouldn't say a word, but my face would be like, "There's a gun in the bumper. There's a gun in the bumper." My face would just say it all. Has
Yeah.
anybody else got a face like that?
To be fair, I don't really have a face like that, but my face can be like that at times.
Mad,
Um,
isn't it? Mad,
yeah,
mate. I tell you.
yeah,
Bless us. Thanks for jumping on as well, Jake. Bless you.
no worries.
Always.
Angela wouldn't. She were meant to, but she won't.
Oh no, bless Angela. She's got no signals, bless her. She'll jump on when she can, bless her.
I'm joking, Shelley. Chill out.
I know you're only joking, darling.
Let me wind her up a little bit.
Decommissioned means deactivated, not able to fire, though it's easy worth some to make them die again if you've the right tools. So they're deactivated, but when they get here in the UK, people know how to basically work on that gun and activate it so it fires again. Is that what you mean, GTR?
I believe it is.
Fire. Yeah.
You will.
See, what I might do in a minute, Jake,
Yeah.
is maybe like if we sort of maybe cut this live a little bit shorter, because obviously, it's been a great debate, just all of us in the chat and you. But maybe if I open up another live and we just have a laugh and
Yeah,
a bit of a banter, because I think it might bring the mood up,
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
If you feel up to it.
Yeah, no, completely fine.
Is everybody okay with that?
Yeah. It is what you want to do, Sally. Know what no one else wants to do. It's about you and your channel.
Yeah, bless you, mate. I get you, and I'd say the same
Don't
to
listen,
you as well.
don't listen to RJ because he will probably come back to no. But do what you want to do, not what RJ wants to do. Because RJ would say no on purpose.
Yes, Shelley Poo Poo Head. That's it. Friday laugh times.
Yep, that's what we should have now.
We shithead. Knob Creek.
Okay, I will see you on your other lives.
All right, mate. I'm going to cut this live, and then I'm going to say
Okay.
peace one, and then we'll do another live. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. Bless Jake. Eh? Yeah, we'll do that, shall we? Shall we open up another live and we'll all have a laugh and a joke? Yeah, we'll do that. But thank you all for popping in. I appreciate you all so much. Quickly before I cut this live though, are you still against or are you for guns? I am 50-50. I was probably more against, but a few pros, but I'm 50-50 now. Yay! Against. Okay. Well, thank you all for popping in. And just quickly come say hi. I'll show you my ugly mug. But yeah, peace out.